Hello guys, welcome back again to our channel Coders Arcade. This tutorial will be the third part of Java exception handling. Here we'll be covering the throws keyword in Java. Okay, so before starting this video, I would like to request you to please share our content with your friends and family if you really like them. And at the same time, if you really think that the content that we are bringing to you is good and it is worth it, then please like and share our videos and also subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so that you receive notifications regarding our latest updates. Okay, and thanks a lot for your support. We cannot thank you enough. Thank you for supporting us and guiding us with all the reviews that you're giving, and that really keeps us motivated to bring more and more content to you. Okay, so without any more ado, let's get started. As I said, today's topic will be the part 3 of Java exception handling, and we will be covering a very important concept, which is the throws keyword in Java. Okay, so let's get back to our IDE, where you can see that in the last part or the part 2, we covered the multicast statement, how to write it. You can see here, this is the multicast statement we wrote, right? And then we also saw how to use the throw keyword to create or generate user defined exceptions. Fine. As I said, in this video, we'll be discussing about how to use the throws keyword. This is also one of the most important keywords. Okay, guys. So let's get started. I will create a new class called example4. Okay. And here in the main function, let's start our code. And guys, I will tell you one more very important thing about this video. We will be discussing about the buffered reader, which is a very important class in Java used to take user input and also to display output. Okay, this class can be used to do a lot of things, and it is one of the most important classes for file handling in Java. I will create a dedicated video on file handling using the buffer reader. Don't worry about that. This will be coming in the future. But for the time being, uh, normally what we do, we use the scanner class, right? We use scanner as C is equal to new scanner. And we write here like system.in, correct? And then we use the scanner class object, and gradually we keep on taking the data from the user or the input, like sc dot, if I use next int, it will give me integer data and so on, like, correct? So right now, this is one way of doing it, and the other one, as I said, will be the buffered reader. Okay, so with the help of that, I will show you how we can use the throws keyword. Okay, so just remember one thing for the time being. The throws keyword is used to handle the exception in the method body itself. Okay, so we write it somewhere here. Okay, after the name of the function and before the curly bracket, exactly this place that I've highlighted here. Okay, so the throws keyword is used to handle or suppress the exception at the method level itself. Okay, so you can also use try catch. I will show you both of them. Okay, so let me just delete this stuff, the scanner class. I don't need it right now. And okay, so first let us create the object. And guys, remember, sometimes you will be asked this in the interview. The buffered reader actually belongs to the package java.io. Okay, so buffered reader, you can see here java.io is the package. And let me take br is equal to, let me initialize it to null. Okay, fine. Now, as I said, there is a unique difference between the buffered reader and the scanner class. Okay, the buffered reader can even read keyboard inputs. Like if you press the enter key, it can also read that, but the scanner class is not able to do that. Okay, so that is one basic and unique difference between the buffered reader and the scanner class. Now, first of all, let me take a string variable so that I can store the data here. Say input. The input can be anything. Okay, so what I will do is I will just use my buffered reader and try to read the user input provided by the user. Okay, so I will just say br is equal to, let me initialize the object, new buffered reader, And because we are trying to read input, I will create the object for the input stream reader. Okay. And then here we will be giving the declaration system dot in, because we are trying to read input from the user. Okay. Makes sense? I hope you have understood this. Because we are using the buffer reader to read input stream, so we are instantiating it to the input stream reader, and then we are telling in the constructor that we are trying to read input from the system. Okay, fine. Now, as simple as that, let me just pass a user message like enter any data or press any key. Okay, and then we can use the buffer reader object. We have a very special function in that called read line. Okay, fine. Now you can see, guys, as soon as I use the read line function, it is showing me an warning, right? You can see that I have a compilation error. That means that there is an exception in this code and we have to handle it. So as we earlier had, we can use the try catch here, just like we did earlier, and that will suffice the problem. But what I want to show you is the use of the throws keyword here, right? So as I said earlier, the throws keyword is used to handle the exception at the method signature itself. Okay. So what we do, if I just hover over this, the exception that is occurring here is actually IO exception, input output exception. Imagine that the user is not passing anything, or else there is some kind of error with the input received. Okay, in that kind of cases, we have the input output exceptions. Okay, so if I just hover over this and go to this option, add exception to method signature, just see what happens. Okay, right now this space is empty, right? You can see here. Now, if I hover over this again and go here and click this, you can see I get this option of throw IO exception. And automatically, guys, you can see that the error has been resolved and there are no errors in my code as of now, right? So that is the use of the throws keyword. The throws keyword is used to handle the exception at the method signature itself. Okay. Then you don't have to use the try catch. But in my earlier videos, I told you that the finally block is used to release the operating system resources. This block will get executed no matter what happens to the code, right? So guys, it's my humble request, if you have not gone through the earlier two parts, please go through them. I'll be providing the link in the description and also in the I button. And it is my humble request so that you go back and understand and try to code or debug those videos, learn and get used to it, and then come back to this video, the part 3, and try to learn it from here. Okay, otherwise it will be difficult for you to understand this. Okay, so I will give the link in the description and also in the I button. Okay, please go refer them and again then come back and start off here. Okay, so now as I said, let's go here, and what I will do, the finally block is used to release the resources of the OS. So simply, I will use a try catch. This is not mandatory, but why I'm using is I will tell you so that I can show you the use of the finally block also. Okay. So after that, and as soon as I have read the input, I will store it in my input variable, input equal to br.readline. After that, simply speaking, I will just print the input. The data is plus the input provided. Okay. If at all there is any input, or else it will just skip it like this. And here I will just say catch exception E, and then I will just print the exception. This is not mandatory, I'm just showing you the use. Okay, and finally in this finally block I will say buffer reader dot close, because we have to close the resources. Okay, now let's try to run this and let's see if we are able to implement the logic or not. Okay, let me run this now. So if I run this, you can see it is asking me enter the data. Okay, sorry, I have written it wrong, right? So it should be any data, right? Sorry. So let me rerun it. Right click and run again. So stop and rerun. Okay. Enter any data or press any key. So initially, let me do one thing. Let me just press enter and see if it is working or not. As I said, the buffer reader can read input stream or keyboard press also. Let me run. Let me just press enter. Okay, guys. You can see it said the data is, and I just press enter, you can see, and the code finished with exit code 0. That means there are no errors and our code compiled and executed successfully. Correct? So this is about the buffer reader, guys. Now what we'll do, we'll take a string as an input. Okay. So coders arcade, and let me press enter. Now you can say it says the data is coders arcade. It is printing the input string provided by the user and then it is exiting the code. So it's working absolutely fine. Got it? So this is how we use the buffer reader. Guys, the buffer reader, as I told you, it can be used for many different things. We are using it for reading input from the user. And if you want to read multiple lines, what you can do is you can use a for loop or while loop and put it inside that, the br.readline function. And then you can easily read the multiple data that is provided by the user also. Okay, fine. So this is how you do it. And please remember, when you are instantiating the buffer reader for an input, you instantiate it to the input stream reader, and then in the constructor you pass the system.in. Okay. So, and finally you can see here, as soon as we use any resources, the buffer reader is one of the important resources of my program. So I have to release it. So I'm doing it in the finally block. Okay. So this is about the throws keyword, guys. The throws keyword is used to handle the exception at the method signature itself. Okay. So either you can use a try catch, or else you can simply use a throws declaration. That's it. It makes life very easy for a developer. I hope you've understood this. Guys, if you have any doubts regarding this video or any other videos, please feel free to post your comments or doubts in the comment section. We'll be very happy to clarify those. And if you really like the content, if you really like this video, please don't forget to hit the bell icon and subscribe to our channel. And also, thank you for your support. And as I said, hit the bell icon so that you will receive notifications regarding our latest updates. Okay. So thank you for watching. Till the next part. Bye bye and happy learning. This is Saurabh signing off. Bye bye.